ManBites Film. My name is Lewis, and I have a special guest with us, our monthly guest. Not that type of monthly guest, or another monthly guest.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
And we are ManBites Film. This episode, we are actually going to be reviewing Buffalo 66.
Yep.
Go ahead, Brandon.
So on IMDb, Buffalo 66 has a 7.5, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a certified fresh. I just wanted to say that because I find that shit hilarious as fuck to me. 78%, which is pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So Lewis, go into the synopsis of the film.
Yeah. The whole story is basically this guy that just got out of prison, and he is a loser. He's lied his way through life the whole time. I mean, Vincent Gallo is a phenomenal character actor, and the whole film revolves around the character. That's it. There's not really much of a story other than him getting out of jail. He steals a person and introduces that person as his wife. And his parents, which is where he's going to visit, and creates the whole storyline, basically. He introduces her as the wife, and he never told them that he was actually going to jail. He just said that he was going on a business trip for the government, which I found fucking hilarious. And that's how pretty much the whole film is. It's this weird set of events that just go off. And Brandon, what do you think of the film?
As I was watching it and I let it kind of like sit,
Yeah.
It was weird. Okay, let me rephrase that. As I was watching it, I didn't know if I liked it. I didn't know if I disliked it.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It felt awkward. It felt strange. Like certain scenes when they're in his parents' house, it's very forced and awkward, and like you're like, oh my god, I like, get me out of here.
I love that freaking scene in the dining room table though. That dining room table, it's so good.
And another thing, I don't know if you agree with me, Lewis, is that like the dialogue for the movie is really weird.
Yeah, it is.
Like they say things like 4 or 5 times, and it's like, why are you repeating it so often?
And then the random singing throughout the film.
Dude, I actually really enjoyed that fucking scene, by the way.
Right.
I really enjoyed that scene.
I felt when I first watched this, and it's exactly how you said. When I first watched this movie, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? What is this?
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, and then I let it sit for a few days, and I was still thinking, I was like, damn, this is a really fucking bad movie. And I'm like, hold on a second. No, it was actually a really good movie. It stuck with me for like 3 or 4 days, and I was like thinking about it. I'm like, damn, this was good. This was good. This was really cool. This is a very odd feeling of like, it has like a warm aftertaste. It's like a really, really good wine, you know? It leaves you with an aftertaste, and you just like, it's funny how I ran into this film. I was listening to this podcast that I listened to, and they were bringing it up, and they said that Vincent Gallo directed it, acted in it, and it was pretty much like a low-budget film, and it was actually filmed completely on reversible film, which is that's why it has that weird texture to it.
Yeah, it does have a weird texture, and like there were certain scenes where like it pops.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Like you'll see like a camera angle or something of just like a car. Like just the landscape, and like the it'll like shutter.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's reversible film, which is basically like it's halfway developed film put into the camera already. So it gives it.
By
like
the way,
this...
I heard Vincent Gallo. I heard Vincent Gallo is a total asshole.
Oh yeah. That guy's a psycho, like total psycho. Like his character in the movie, that's him in actual life. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, like there were scenes like the first time, which isn't giving anything away. He wants to use the bathroom, and he goes into this ballet studio to use the bathroom, and I guess there's this overweight guy that is gay, and the guy's like looking at Vincent because for some odd reason this bathroom does not have a fucking wall.
Yeah.
like separating each urinal.
You know, I've seen that before in bars too, and that's the most awkward place to put it in a bar without a little wall in between. You know, it's like, what?
So Vincent Gallo's character is trying to take a piss, and this guy continues looking down at his penis, and like it's really awkward because he grabs the guy by the face and he's like, "Stop looking at my dick, faggot!" And you're like, "Whoa, that escalated quickly."
Yeah, like, his character is very unlikable in the film.
Yeah, he's an asshole. But he comes off like straight from the beginning. You're like, this guy's a total prick.
Yeah, but then like while the film develops. And the Christina Ricci character comes into play. She kind of mellows him out. And
by the way, one comment about Christina Ricci, she looked really good in this movie.
Yeah, she did.
My God, she looked good in this movie. Nothing. I'm not trying to sound like a perv or anything. Like, she just looked really attractive.
She did. Movie. I mean, she really did. Like, I was really amazed. And I never liked her acting, but she is a very good actress, especially in this film. Yeah.
And one last thing I want to say before we go into characters and stuff like that, and similar films, is that basically I really like the scene where she starts tap dancing in the bowling alley.
Right.
That scene is
so random,
incredible.
But
it was really, really good. And so let's go into the characters. So for the most part, there are two main characters. Yeah. Everyone else is kind of side characters. They come and go.
Oh, but they're so good. They're so
yes, they are. There's Vincent Gallo, of course, which is the lead actor and the director. He plays the protagonist, Billy Brown. We have Christina Ricci, who plays Layla, the girl that he kidnaps.
And you know what the funny thing is? Vincent Gallo actually never rehearsed for the film. Usually films, they rehearse the characters. You know, they have a sit down at the table. There was none of that. So Christina Ricci, and they actually filmed it in sequential order, which is very odd for a film. And
that is very odd for a film.
Huh?
That is very odd for a film to film like that. Yeah.
But Christina Ricci was completely thrown off when that happened. When that scene happened in the ballet studio, because that was completely improv. He wasn't supposed to do that. He was supposed to say something about his parents, and then she was gonna a little bit of banter, and then he was gonna kidnap her when he was walking out. But he ended up kidnapping her there inside, and it was like, oh, and you could tell it caught her by surprise because you could see the reaction, you know?
Yeah.
And supposedly Christina Ricci was seen on set actually crying multiple times during the filming of this. Because he was like that. He would really enforce that character.
Yeah, he would put her down. He would belittle her and make fun of her weight and all that stuff. She actually said she'd never work with him again.
Yeah.
But and then we have Billy's parents, who are quite a fucking set of characters.
Awesome. I love the mom. The mom is just she I was like, oh my God, I don't know who I could associate her with, but I associate her with somebody, and I'm like, who is
your mom?
Who? But it was she did such a phenomenal job with that role. Like, she really took that place, you know?
Louis, do you associate her with your mom?
I think so, maybe, because it's like you're talking to a brick wall, but you're kind of like, she tells you stories and she hears you. But she keeps going with her story, you know? And I think there's a lot of people that I could associate with that, though. And it's kind of funny. I don't know. I found that character really interesting.
One comment about the Billy's dad, the character of Billy's dad. How fucking creepy was that guy?
You know, I didn't know if he was just awkward or he was a pedophile.
Dude. He looked like he straight up wanted to have sex with her.
Yeah, and then he started going off into the singing thing, which was kind of weird. It was like, huh? What?
And he's bipolar because he'll shout at her for no reason. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
But I found that character so damn cool. The way that he responded, oh, shut the fuck up, lady. You know, just shut up. I don't want to hear your bullshit anymore. You know, it's like. And then when my favorite part is when Vincent Gallo says, "Oh, you know, this is my wife," and he goes, "Your wife?" I lost it laughing. I was like, "Wow, this guy, he's the only sane one in the whole bunch. He's the only sane one in the whole bunch, and that's not saying much."
Yeah, exactly. I feel like his dad is the only one that sees through all his bullshit.
Yeah.
And the final character of the film that comes and goes is Goon, which is Billy's. Is he retarded? For lack of a better term, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he is. He is definitely a retard. Like that, hands down. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. His character, and it's funny because I saw moments of Clockwork Orange in here.
Yeah.
I found a lot of moments of Clockwork Orange in here. Especially that scene at the dinner table, you could tell the influence of Clockwork Orange in there, big time.
Okay, so is Clockwork Orange your similar film to Buffalo 66 or no?
It's between that and Requiem for a Dream.
Okay.
Can you see that though? Like, I don't know how to explain that. It's kind of weird. I felt the same emotion that I felt when I was watching Requiem for a Dream.
The film I would compare it to in the sense of like, it was funny, I was watching Buffalo 66 and I felt like half of the film I was like, what is going on? I don't not that I didn't understand it, but like I felt like there was no progression. It was just bleh. It was there.
Yeah. It was just a very simple story, and it just follows these characters. It's in the life of these two characters.
And I feel like the movie that I would compare Buffalo 66 to in regards to it not having this typical flow of how a story goes to kind of to like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
You think so? I can see that.
Yeah, like Fear and Loathing to me is like this fucking weird story that's just like bleh, and you're like, what is going on half the time?
Yeah.
And not because they're on drugs or anything, but like it feels like there's no progression in the story, and I felt like Buffalo 66 was the same way.
Yeah.
To a certain degree.
I like the ending, how it ends with that character, that particular character at the end, the one that caused this whole scenario to unfold, which I'm not going to go into because that's a spoiler.
Yes.
But I love that ending. That I have not been so satisfied with an ending of a film as I was with this film in a very, very long time.
Yeah, the still shots.
Oh yeah.
While it's happening, I won't go into it. Are like they were interesting. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was a very interesting new perspective on filmmaking, and I honestly felt kind of like at ease watching it. After I go back and I think about my experience watching it, because at the moment I was saying, this is a piece of shit. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? And then afterwards it was like, oh, this was good. This is good.
My the final thing I want to say before our closing statements from both of us is it's like bleh, just came out of my brain. Go into your closing argument. I'll remember in a second.
All right. So overall, I honestly give this film a 7.5 out of 10. The only reason that I knocked out those 2.5 points is because of just the awkward situations in the film.
Yeah.
It wasn't enjoyable while I was watching it. So that automatically you lose points because of that. But the fact that afterwards it just hits you like a brick wall. If it would have hit me like a brick wall while the film was going, I would have given this a 9 out of 10 easily.
Yeah.
Because it was so entertaining. But you have to sit through it and you have to stomach through it. And it's very much like the next film that I'm actually going to review that's going to be Irreversible. So
that's a good one.
And
that's a damn good one.
Yes. That one is... You have to watch this, guys. This is a really good one.
So my closing arguments, and I remembered what I was going to say, is I'm actually a big fan of his directing skills. Like the weird, like there's a lot of like jump cuts a lot. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. It's like this person who, like him, like Vincent Gallo, he had like ADD or something, and it was just like, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here. It's
very interesting because that's how you see life. When you're living out life, you're not in a straight storyline. You're kind of jumping from moment to moment. When you're telling a story, that's how you tell a story to a person.
Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say was, I remember you mentioning to me when you told me that we're going to be reviewing this film, that you thought the first 30 minutes I had to kind of like force myself to get through.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel that way, you know that?
Really?
I did not.
Maybe
there was
because
never
I gave you the heads up on that.
Maybe, but honestly, there was never a point in this film while I was watching it that I was like looking at the clock, like I was like, "Oh my god, get over with this already."
The Vincent Gallo character at the beginning, I just wanted to punch him. He just annoyed me. He was like that little whiny kid in the classroom complaining to the teacher about everybody. I just want to, you know.
Don't get me wrong. The movie is awkward as fuck. Yeah. There were moments that I was like, "Oh my god," like. Yeah. The dialogue when they're in his parents' house, like that thing that happens with the gay guy in the bathroom, like it's very awkward. It's very in your face, and but if you get past that, you watch this weird story of this tortured soul, this kind of lost guy that doesn't know he's basically a criminal. He doesn't know anything better.
I don't think he's a criminal. He's not really a criminal.
He's not really a criminal. Okay,
he's just a guy that he's a loser.
He's a scumbag.
He's a loser. He has no real friends. The only friend that he has is a retard,
and by the way, he treats that guy like shit, and I felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
My God, he treats that guy like utter shit.
Exactly, and the only reason that anybody puts up with this shit is because the only friend that he has is a retard. That's the only reason he even has a friend.
But it's interesting to see this. Vincent Gallo and Christina Ricci's characters, their relationship unfold after he kidnaps her in the beginning.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would probably rate this movie a 7. I didn't love it. It was nowhere near hate or anything.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was an interesting experience.
It's an experience. It's not a film to sit and enjoy. It's an experience that you watch.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Because it's not an usual film. It's not like your Hollywood crap that you normally digest and just spit it out and you forget it within a couple of days. This is a film that sits with you. And you'll remember this film a couple of years from now and you'll be like, oh yeah, look at that. I remember this one.
Alright, so Lewis, you said you wanted to pick again. So what is your pick for the next time that we meet up in the ether of the internet?
Right. This one is a very, very good film that's on Netflix, and it's called The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. It's a Korean film, and this is a spaghetti western, obviously, you could tell in the title, but set in China.
Interesting.
Okay, and I really want you to check this out. I just saw it recently. I'm going to rewatch it again for the review. And we're going to be doing this type of review once a month because it just takes a lot more time consuming to do this type of setup and everything. And we're going to do this once a month. And also, please check out on Wednesdays. We're going to be doing short film reviews as well. And that one's going to be under a different banner. It's going to be ManBites Shorts instead of ManBites Film. So please check that out because this is artists that are independent, starting out, students, whatever the case is, and we really want to give them our support. And also, they're good short films. I'm choosing films that I actually enjoy because I'm not going to tear apart a short film that somebody put a lot of effort into. That's just not going to happen. I'm going to choose the ones that I really think that are stand out, and I'm going to put those on this showcase.
And as always, if you like video games and you like friends talking to each other, making shitty puns and really weird jokes, check out Gameside Manners. We come out with content daily, and they're short videos. They're 10 minutes. So, come on over, subscribe, tell your friends about us, all that shit. And for the viewers, I still haven't watched Election, but I'm going to.
You better.
Boom. I will.
We're going to be reviewing that one next time as well, so it's going to be a 2-film review instead of 1 film. Also, please check out the Film Club. I'm setting up the links all below. It's the same thing as what Brandon's doing, but relating to movies only. And they just discuss films and they do little skits and stuff like that. It's actually a very humorous show. And they release every Thursday their new episode. So check them out as well. Their link is going to be in the bottom section, as well as Brandon's links and also a couple other links to film podcasts, film shows as well, and also hopefully soon another bunch of our friends that are going to be associated with us as well. So we'll see you guys next Friday, and Wednesday, remember the short films.
Peace out, guys.
Later.